Hello, everyone. Today we are scrapbooking these baby pictures of my son. These Harry Potter pictures were pictures that I had taken during his newborn photo shoot. It wasn't the overall theme of the photo shoot, but the photographer was nice enough to get a few pictures of him with my Harry Potter books. I'm a big Harry Potter fan, so I already had that kind of stuff laying around, and I figured it would be really cute. I'm using the Echo Park Witches and Wizards collection. The background paper that you see there, not the lightning bolts, but the actual background paper that I'm using is a crepe paper that is not part of the Harry Potter collection. But the colors matched pretty well, and I really liked the grid look of it, so that's why I used it. And you can see I'm just putting down that lightning bolt paper. I fuss around with it quite a bit. I put it down and then I end up tearing it back up because I had it a little too low. You can't really see the bottom part of this layout until later on in the video, but I had it quite low, so I changed that up a little bit. I'm just lining it up, making sure it's even. And then I took this authentic cardstock paper. It's like a tealish blue. And I wanted to layer that on top of these two layers of paper just to kind of give my photo more of a matted look. And then those that paper that has like bookcases on it is again part of the Harry Potter Witches and Wizards collection. And I'm just inking all the edges of my papers using the Vintage Photo Distress ink. Now, that paper down at the bottom with the cute little Harry Potter um, characters, that is not part of the Echo Park Witches and Wizards collection. That is actually from, I believe the company is Paper House or Paper House Productions. Um, I have quite a few different Harry Potter papers in my little collection that I refused to use up until now. Once Echo Park came out with their Harry Potter collection, I felt a little bit better about using them because um, it gave me more of a selection. But before this collection came out, there wasn't a lot to choose from. And I have a lot of Harry Potter themed pictures that I would like to scrapbook, so this collection was great. Now, you see, I cut out some of these circles using a Lawn Fawn die. They're the stitched circles die. And I'm just placing them down to see how they look. My plan for these are to use them as I'm going to layer embellishments on top of them. I'm just getting my placing correct on the paper. And here you can see that I brought out the antique linen distress ink. The reason I brought that out is because the cardstock that I'm using is a really stark white, and some of the papers in the collection are not very stark white. They're kind of like a vintagey white. So I'm just distressing all the circles, and you can't really tell on the camera, but it does uh, give it more of a distressed old look, which meshes a lot better with the papers in this collection. And like I said, you can't really tell on camera, but in person it actually really does make a difference. And I also end up inking the outside of the circles with the same vintage photo ink that I used to ink the edges of all the other papers. You can see I'm gluing everything down. And I'm bringing back those photos. I'm going to go ahead and glue down the two big photos. The smaller photo, I have a lot of trouble with that. So you'll end up seeing at the end of the video where that goes or what happens with that photo. I didn't want to glue it down because I knew that I hadn't made up my mind where I wanted it to go. And here I am inking those edges. And I just sped through that so you guys wouldn't have to watch me do all that. And I'm bringing out the frame and tags and ephemera from the Witches and Wizards um, pack, and I also bring out the stickers, and I'm just sorting through the ephemera and seeing what is going to work in these circles. So I'm just pulling out the little bits and pieces that I like and that I think will go well in these circles. And there was these 3 tags, and I thought that would work really well since I had 3 circles and 3 tags. It would have been really cute, and I could have made it work, but I actually ended up going with something else because I also wanted to use these little labels that say like magical and you're a keeper, and I just couldn't get those labels to work with the tags. You can see I'm taking those tags off. And then I'm trying to arrange them at the bottom, thinking maybe I'll just put them all in one circle and then use the little labels on the others, but I don't like that. And then I try to take the tags and move them over and make them look like they're coming out the bottom, but I didn't like that either because I didn't want the tags to be covered up. So I'm just searching for another sticker that can be used in that other circle. And I found this one, and the colors and style of it were perfect. And I'm really liking how that looks. And here I just decided to embellish the embellishments further. I love this. It says some stories, I believe it says some stories stick with you forever, and I added little books to it. And then for this one, it says you're a keeper, and it had a wand on it, but I added the broomstick because of, Quidditch and you're a keeper. I thought that would go a little bit better with the saying, with the quote. And then I added a wand to the magical label. And I really like that saying, some stories stick with you forever. Um, that might not be the exact quote. It went by so fast I couldn't really read it, and I don't have the layout near me. But I just really like that because Harry Potter has always stuck with me. It's always been a really big part of my life. So I want my kids to grow up reading it. And my daughter's not too big of a fan of it. She just isn't into reading as much as I was as a kid. But my son loves books, so I have a feeling that he's really going to embrace Harry Potter and love Harry Potter just as much as I do. And here I'm taking that washi tape. This washi tape a friend of mine gifted to me. It's kind of you can't tell on camera, but it's like a blue, purple, ombre, galaxy looking um, washi tape. And I'm just using that at the bottom to kind of give that bottom a border. And again, I'm playing around with that placement of the smaller picture. And then I believe I start working on my title. So I'm going through my stickers and I'm grabbing some thickers to use for the title. And I decided to use these black thickers for part of the title. And the title is going to be Wizard in Training. One of the stickers in the pack actually said that Wizard in Training, and I was going to use it in one of the circles, but I thought that that would make a really good title because he's so little. He was only a week or two old in these pictures, um, and it's so cute because he was holding on to the wand and he really latched onto that thing. And we had this like little Harry Potter trunk and we put him in there. He was so tiny. It was just adorable. I'm using these gold thickers to spell out in for the wizard in training, but I end up changing that. You'll see um, that I just don't like it. I don't like how big it is compared to the wizard and the word training that's going to pop up. So I do end up changing that. I'm just getting the placement right for training. And I sped up the process a little bit, and then here I am changing out that in. And I just happen to already have a gold like script font that had the word in um, on the sticker sheet, so that worked out perfectly. I just feel like that makes it a little more magical and elegant. And I'm just dotting my I's. You'll see that I actually forget one of my I's, and I'm like sitting there looking at the layout, trying to figure out what looks wrong with it. Like I was like, something's off about this. What is it? And then I realized it's missing the other dot above the I. Now at this point, I decided to take away that small photo. It was a great photo, but my printer didn't print it very well, so honestly, it was like a little blurry. And looking back on it, I kind of wished I would have kept it on the layout, but um, I needed a space for journaling because there was a lot to tell about this day and getting these pictures taken. So I decided to pull out um, this little cut apart from one of my 6x6 pads, the good old days paper pack. And um, I cut that apart, and my plan is to cover up that quote at the bottom that is talking about the orchard. And I really want to add an owl to this because the little circle sticker says like something about post from the air or sent by air, and I thought that was really cute. So I definitely know that I want an owl. So I'm going through all the owls in the collection and just not finding anything that can cover that little quote at the bottom up. And you can see I'm just messing around with it, just trying to get it to work. This was okay, but that owl looked so weird to me. I'm not sure why. I feel like the positioning of its wings were just really strange and there was this weird gap. So that's why I ended up not using that owl. And I really like this owl, especially up top. It looks like he's carrying like an envelope or something. But again, I really need to cover up that bottom. And then I see banners that are all the different house colors, and I decided that that would be really cute to add to the bottom of this. And there you can see my final decision on what it should look like. And then I rip up this photo and move it down because I didn't want there to be like a weird gap in between the photo, the bottom border, and the journaling spot. So I'm just adjusting that. And I believe, yeah, I adjusted a little bit more because it was crooked and then the foam dot was just giving me a hard time. But I really like the banners and the owl and how that came out. That really looks cute. And then I'm pretty much done with the layout. Off camera, I add some enamel dots, which you'll see in the final photos. And here are the final photos. You can see that I added some enamel dots and stars. And here are some close-ups. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.